What's up everybody, welcome back to Double T Gaming, and we are about 48 hours outside of the launch of the new Burning Crusade Netherwing server, so I think it's a bit better timing for a review, more so than my last video. But it has gone about the way that you'd expect a hype up server like this would go. So the initial launch was delayed by about an hour or so, and as soon as the server went up, that's when the crashes started. And I mean crashing every like 15 or 20 minutes, and if we were lucky, we got 30 minutes of gameplay out of it. Now I managed to get in and play the first day myself, and I sort of just took a step back after about 3 hours of crashing, and I took a break for the remainder of the day, and I didn't have time to get on Saturday yesterday. But I have been keeping up with the Discord frequently, and I have seen the amount of times the server has crashed since. But with every crash, there also seems to be some increased stability with the server, with the most dramatic increased stability being this morning. However, there have still already been some frequent crashes today itself. And I'm sure the server's peak uptime at one point has been no more than an hour. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel for sure if these continued improvements are being made. So let's talk about the team and sort of how they prepare themselves for launch. Well, as you saw in my early review video, which I actually made from a clip in the stream, it was a little rough team-wise and they had some head scratchers, but there was also some good. So the beta server wasn't taken down until about 30 minutes prior to the actual 1 PM Eastern launch time, and the characters on that server weren't even wiped from the database until after the initial launch time. So it was about 1:05 when we were actually able to see the realm show up on the realm list, and we could still see the number of characters we had on that realm being the beta character number. And then some technical stuff ensued that you would think would have been done days before launch, but they chose to do a database migration about 30 minutes before launch as well, which was cause for the initial delay of the server. But the team has also been fantastic when it comes to communication through Discord, and that's something not a lot of private servers have. As soon as there was a crash, they came out and said that they were investigating the issue, and then a few minutes later they would give us the reason why for the crash, what they were doing to fix it, and when the server would be back up. This team seems dedicated to the server and what they are doing. Now it's all about just trying to handle the amount of people that actually want to play. Which leads me into my next topic, which is population and what they are doing to increase stability. So to begin, they had a 2,000 population cap, which then has been raised little by little every so often to test the strength of the server, and I believe now we're up to about 5,000. And from my experience, there has been no lag due to population itself. I haven't really lagged at all, and I am on East Coast with the server being hosted overseas for me. They stated eventually they hope that they would be able to increase the cap to about 7,000 and try and accommodate everyone. But I believe that the peak amount of people they've had online has been just over 5,000 maybe. Now some people have said that there is actually sharding on this server, which is sort of funny to hear. But the team has decreased maximum view distance by a lot in order to help increase server stability, and they will slowly lift this restriction as it eventually becomes more stable. Now I will admit, when you walk into a zone and everything kind of spawns at once, you'll see more people spawn. It does look a little bit like sharding, but it's the maximum view distance being changed. Also, there is dynamic respawns on the server, albeit a bit slower than other servers. Basically, the way this one works is that when the number of mobs drop below a certain percentage, that's what triggers a faster respawn, which is annoying at some places, but it's also much more controlled than it's ever been on a private server, because it's nowhere near as bad as how other servers' dynamic respawns were, which was sometimes just insanely too fast. And I'm looking at you, Northdale, on that devious trader quest 2 days after your launch. It was impossible to do, the amount of spawns that were happening in Moonbrook. But overall, it's been rough. But I can only imagine the stress this team has been going through, with 10,000 people demanding them to provide them with an immediately working free service. Simply put, there is way too many people right now for this team to accommodate in every way, and they are doing the best they can. So the people that are constantly spamming the Discord saying fix your server, play TBC all over again, nether crash, or whatever, or that I took off work for this launch day and I can't even play, you guys need to get through your head that they are providing you with a free servers, free in every regard. They don't have to be doing this at all. This is just a group of people putting their time and money and their stress into a project that could potentially make you happy. And yes, there are certainly going to be some screw ups, and it's going to be rough for a few days, maybe a few weeks, but they are not entitled to do anything for you. And if you want to play this server, then play and deal with what it's going through. And I know it's frustrating, believe me, I've been through my fair share of server launches, but they are doing the best they can, and they are improving every time they fail. And that is the most important thing, that they improve when they fail. This server has the potential to turn out fantastic. The scripting so far is great, the community is great, the experience changes are great. If they are able to get these crashes under wraps, I'm sure this will be everyone's home before Classic WoW does release, and maybe even beyond that. Now this video in no way was meant to bash the server and their team by any means, I'm just stating what has happened so far. So I apologize if it comes off that way, and I apologize if my little tirade right there may have offended some people. But it gets annoying to see people constantly spamming frustration when we all knew this type of launch was going to happen. But I will keep you guys updated on the server and how it is going, and also my journey through it. I will continue to stream gameplay of the server, but I am waiting for it to become just a tad bit more stable before I actually start streaming it again. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. This is Double T Gaming. See you guys in the next video.